Now, I'm a bit late to the party with reacting to this post, but what I wanted to do is I wanted to look at Nilou's character demo, which I've preloaded because we've been having some internet issues today. This came out 35 minutes ago, and then after we see this and react to this, we can jump straight into this post and we can talk about Nilou's kit, what you're going to need to raise her, if she's a must pull, and if I'm pulling for her or not. So let's not waste too much time and let's jump into Nilou's Dance of the Delicate Lotus.
Miss Nilou, will you teach me the dance you came up with in the desert? Slow down. First, close your eyes and relax your body. Then, picture an oasis bathed in starlight. Now imagine that you are the water, clear and bright,
that looks good.
just like jelly. To the world, you're invisible. It never stops to notice you. So you stand up, you leap and twirl, and you show them through dance.
They better make that a cutscene, eh? That looked really nice.
Here! A captivating dance is like water about to boil. Quiet whispers grow into a chorus of cheers.
This looks so nice.
Like ripples in your audience's hearts. You have to make a big splash. Dance with the waves!
There's going to be a lot of people that are going to pull for Nilou just for the waifu factor. Guarantee it.
Wow! Pretty amazing, huh?
Nilou? Do you know where the ribbon for tomorrow's performance went?
Sure do. I was practicing with it in the desert.
Oh no.
I'll work something out.
I think she lost it. I can imagine a lot of people are going to pull Nilou just for waifu alone. She looks really good. She looks really good. So let's jump into this post. Have a chat about her kit. Okay, so sometimes you can convey more with dance than words. Dance of Lotus Light Nilou. Hi travellers, today we'd like to introduce to you the star of the Zubaya Theatre, Nilou. Word has it that you're in Sumeru. You must not miss Nilou's performances. Let's learn more about this renowned dancer. And then we have a nice full-length image of the newest waifu and her design bordering on perfection. She looks really good. So next is personal information. Nilou is a support character who can change certain elemental reaction effects under specific conditions to benefit the team. Her elemental skill allows her to perform different types of dance moves, nice, dealing hydro damage to opponents or applying wet to them. When casting her elemental burst, she can deal hydro damage to all the opponents within its AoE. When all the party members are of certain elemental types, Nilou's elemental skill can further grant the Golden Chalice's bounty effect to nearby characters. Triggering the bloom reaction while this effect is active spawns special bountiful cores that burst very quickly after being created with larger AoEs. And at the bottom of this we have all of her ascension materials. I will put all the names on screen and I'll also put the amount of each you will need to completely max her out. So if you would like to check that, just pause here. Okay, so normal attack. Now we aren't going to linger here too long, but we will just state that Nilou's normal attacks will perform up to 3 consecutive sword strikes, and she has a charge attack which will consume a certain amount of stamina and perform a twirling slash. Okay, so elemental skill. Dance of Haftkazva? I have no idea how to pronounce that. They're just trying to get me in trouble at this point. So, sorry. Nilou enters pirouette state, dealing hydro damage to nearby opponents based on Nilou's max HP. Okay, so that's good. HP scalers are always nice to have. While she is in the pirouette state, Nilou's normal attacks and elemental skill will cause her to enter the sword dance and whirling step stances respectively, causing damage she deals to be converted to hydro damage that cannot be overridden and that is considered elemental skill damage. Okay, so I think she can use her normal attacks and her elemental skill to do different kinds of attacks, one being sword dance and the other one being whirling steps. In these stances, Nilou's third dance step will end pirouette and has the following effects based on the type of said dance step. Okay gamers, buckle up in case this gets confusing. Sword dance, so this is when you're using normal attacks. Nilou unleashes a luminous illusion that deals hydro damage to opponents it touches and grants Nilou the lunar prayer effect. This effect converts Nilou's normal attacks into sword dance techniques, and her final hit will unleash a luminous illusion. So once you start doing sword dance, are you locked into doing sword dance? Or can you switch to whirling steps? Let's find out, let's keep reading. Nilou is unable to perform charge attacks while under the effects of pirouette or lunar prayer. These effects will be removed once she leaves the field. Okay, so this must continue. Yes, it does. What I'll do is I'll edit it so that both of the different attack animations are both playing on screen. Whirling steps. Nilou unleashes a whirling water wheel that deals AoE hydro damage and creates a tranquility aura that follows your active character around and applies wet to opponents within its AoE. Wait, is that actually really good? I think that might be really good. Does that mean that enemies in the AoE will always have hydro on them? If so, you could just generate cores for days. That sounds really interesting. Alright, I'm intrigued by her so far, so let's move on to her ult. Dance of... Okay, I'm not actually going to try and pronounce that because I'm legit just going to say that wrong every time. So, Distant Dreams Listening Spring. Begins the dance of faraway dreams and springs that hear, causing a lotus of distant waters to bloom, dealing AoE hydro damage based on Nilou's max HP and applying the lingering Eon effect to all opponents hit. After an interval, opponents affected by lingering Eon will take hydro damage. Okay, wait, is it just once? Yeah, it looks like it. Okay, so that's not too bad. Let's move on to our passive talents and have a look at them. So our first passive talent is Court of Dancing Petals. When all characters in the party are all Hydro or Dendro, and there are at least one Dendro character and one Hydro character, the completion of the third dance step in Nilou's E skill will grant all nearby characters the Golden Chalice's bounty for 30 seconds upon its completion. Characters under the effect of Golden Chalice's bounty will increase the elemental mastery of all nearby characters by 100 for 10 seconds whenever they are hit by Dendro attacks. Okay, that's interesting. Whenever they're hit by Dendro attacks. Oh, so the bloom's exploding. Right. Also, triggering the bloom reaction will create bountiful cores instead of Dendro cores. Such cores will burst very quickly after being created, and they have larger AoEs. Bountiful cores cannot trigger Hyper Bloom. Oh, that sucks. I was hoping you could trick it by using the elements in the environment or something like that to cause a crazy reaction, but that's okay. So they'll just explode and can't be used with Electro and Pyro. Okay, that's fine. And they share an upper numerical limit with Dendro cores, so there can only be a certain amount of them on the field. Bountiful core damage is considered damage dealt by Dendro cores produced by Bloom. Does that mean that the damage is exactly the same? You don't get an increase in damage? It's kind of strange. Should the party not meet the conditions for this passive talent, any existing Golden Chalice's bounty effect will be cancelled. So as soon as you change your party composition to the point where there is not only Dendro and Hydro in the party, Golden Chalice's bounty immediately goes away. Is she able to heal herself? I suppose she scales off HP, so she'll have a lot to lose, but you're going to have to always pair her with a healer. Like, you're going to have to, otherwise she's just going to nuke herself. I suppose it's good that we have a few healers that are Hydro, but that limits her teams. That's very strange. It's very niche. You know what? I think I was wrong. I think this is too niche. I was about halfway into reading this thinking, man, how am I going to skip her? This sounds really fun, but now, I don't know. Like, you can still use her in a team that's not just Dendro and Hydro, but then you're losing a whole passive talent by doing so. I think ultimately my recommendation is going to be wait for other people to pull her and build her and get their opinion, because at the moment she just looks too niche. But I don't know, maybe I'm not seeing something that everyone else is, but I can't see this working as well as I had hoped. But as always, if you want to pull her, please do it. This game is not hard enough that if you pull a non-meta character just because you really like that character or you really like that playstyle, you aren't going to ruin your experience and you're not going to ruin your account. In fact, you'll probably make your experience better if you pull and build a character whose playstyle you really enjoy. But for me, I can't see this passive making me very excited to play her at all. So I think I'm going to stick to my original plan and I'm going to skip Nilou. But let me know what your plans are in the comments if you're summoning on Nilou's banner and if you already have a team in mind for her, or if you're saving like me for another character like Nahida, Dia, Alhaitham, or even Mika, I think his name was from the most recent event. However, whatever you plan to do, I wish you the best of luck with your wishes. If you want to be a legend and you enjoyed the video, please leave a like. If you would like to see more videos in future, don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button, it really does go a long way. But that'll do it from me. So until next time, YouTube, good luck, and I'll catch yous later.